Hi everyone, my name is Xiangzi Li. I'm a PhD student at UT Dallas. I'm excited to present my work, a paragraph-level multitask learning model for scientific fact verification at this AAAI 21 SDU workshop. Okay, let's get started. As we know, fact verification is a hard task, and it gets even harder in scientific domain. For example, given a claim saying most humans only use 10% of the brain. How do we verify this claim? We certainly need evidence to support or refute the claim. However, this process is intellectually challenging and time-consuming because it requires domain knowledge. This problem gets even worse when we have a lot of claims to verify. Here, an automated system to perform fact verification may help. Generally, fact verification consists of 3 steps. The first step is document retrieval from Wikipedia or academic papers. The next step is to extract the rationale sentences, and the last step is to either support or refute the claim based on the rationales. In this work, we work on sci-fact task. The inputs of sci-fact are a claim and a corpus of scientific paper abstracts. The task is to first find all relevant abstracts and sentences with respect to the given claim, and then predict whether each abstract or sentence supports or refutes the claim. They evaluate the fact checker from both abstract level and sentence level, and consider both rationale selection and stance prediction as the performance. The table is distribution of the sci-fact dataset. As you see, the dataset is pretty small. The author of sci-fact also proposed a baseline solution called VeriSci. They took the standard 3 steps of fact verification. For the abstract retrieval, they retrieved the top 3 similar abstracts for each claim in TF-IDF vector space with cosine similarity. For rational selection and stance prediction, they adopt the BERT-to-BERT strategy. They used a BERT model for selecting rationales sentence by sentence. The inputs are the concatenation of the claim and each individual sentence from abstracts. For stance prediction, they trained another BERT to predict the stance label by concatenating the claims and all selected rationale sentences in a paragraph as the input. Although their solution is simple and easy to implement, there are a few drawbacks, and these limitations are the motivation of our work. Our contribution are the solutions to these limitations. The first point is that humans usually select rational sentences in the scope of abstracts instead of sentence by sentence individually. Therefore, we design our model to select rationales paragraph by paragraph. The other point is that humans usually make support or refute decisions while selecting the rational sentences. We design our model to perform rational selection and the stance prediction task jointly by integrating the technique of negative sampling. Let's get into the detail of our approach. We adopt a similar abstract retrieval method as VeriSci, except we use biosentence to vec embeddings. I may omit some details in this presentation, but you will find the complete descriptions in the paper. We use a single BERT model to encode each paragraph by fully leveraging the multi-head attention within BERT model to model the context of each sentence. Specifically, we use the SAP token of BERT to separate each sentence and truncate the longest sentence to fit the entire paragraph into length limit of the BERT model. We then use a word-level self-attention to compute the contextualized sentence embedding for each sentence. Next, we use a feed-forward network to predict whether each sentence is rational sentence or not. And we only feed the positively predicted rational sentence to the stance predictor. As for the stance prediction, We use a simple sentence-level attention and another feed-forward network to predict the support, refute, or not enough info labels. For the model training, we use multitask learning to jointly train the model on rationale selection and the stance prediction tasks. The abstract retrieval module aims to retrieve as many positive abstracts as possible, but this inevitably retrieves many false positive abstracts, which results in low precision and high recall performance. As you see in Table 2, as K value increases, the recall increases, but the precision drastically decreases. We use a large K value in favor of a high recall to retrieve more positive abstracts. As a result, we have to sample more negative examples during the model training to counteract the effect of low precision. As suggested by Verify, we also pre-train our model on fever dataset, which is a much larger fact verification dataset based on Wikipedia. Then we fine-tune on SciFact. We perform negative sampling on fever as well. Let's look at the results. For the ablation studies, first we compare the effect of paragraph-level model against the sentence-level model. Here, Verify is the sentence-level model, and the paragraph pipeline model is the paragraph-level pipeline model. The table above is the performance on oracle abstracts, meaning we only feed positive abstracts to the system, while the table below includes abstract retrieval step. As you can see, paragraph pipeline model outperforms sentence-level model in all aspects, and this gap enlarges in the full pipeline comparison where negative sampling is used. Next, let's compare multitask learning models and pipeline models. Although the difference between paragraph pipeline model and the paragraph joint model is not very clear in oracle abstract setting, it is clear that with the help of negative sampling, the joint model outperforms the pipeline model. And that's all for my presentation. I want to thank my advisors and thank USC ISI for uniting us and hosting hardware for us. We also thank NIH for the fundings.